Okay, the next one, the big one. What do you actually even need to graduate? So, here are the graduation requirements for the class of 2027. So, the first one I want to talk about is you must meet a graduation pathway. And you're like, Miss Sansom, what the heck is a graduation pathway? I am going to show you. So, all students must meet a graduation pathway. So, I am on the high school website, and underneath the counseling tab, you go to Counseling Center, and there's this link to graduation requirements. Right here is the list of all the ways to meet a graduation pathway. So the first one, and the way the most students will meet their graduation pathway, is through the state assessment. All students are will take the SBAC. You have to meet a minimum score and a minimum score in English and a minimum score in math to meet your pathway through the SBAC. Through the state for your graduate pathway, you have to have an English and a math. You're going to take math and English in your state pathway. Some students do not meet the minimum score, and that is okay. So if you don't do that for the state assessment, there's other ways to meet your graduation pathway. One is dual credit. So if you take a college and the high school class, as well as running START, those ways can meet your graduation pathway. So for example, if you take English 101 out at Running Start, that would meet your English pathway. Same thing if 100 level and above math class at Running Start. Another way is by taking an AP class here at the high school. Here's a list of some of the AP classes, and getting a C plus or better. You can meet an English or math pathway. Okay. Scrolling down, if you take your SAT or ACT, here's the minimum score to meet your pathway that way. Another testing way to meet your graduation pathway. Scrolling down, here's another really popular way that students meet their graduation pathway is one of these classes. And most of these classes you take your sophomore, junior, or senior year. So here are some of the math classes and the grade that you need to meet that pathway, and some of the English classes. Scrolling down, for our students who are interested in the military and they take the military entrance exam, which is called the ASVAB, which we offer here at the high school. You have to have a minimum score of 31, and that will meet your state pathway. Scrolling down, another really popular way that a lot of students meet their state pathway is through a CTE sequence. What that means is you have to take 2 credits of CTE classes in a designated pathway. All the pathways are in the course catalog, as well as you'll work with your counselor to make sure that you are enrolling in the right classes to meet your 2 credits of CTE if you have not passed one of these other pathways. Okay, and we work with you as in the student during registration to make sure that you're meeting a pathway and signing up for the right classes. So that is a big high school graduation requirement. Let's go back and talk about the rest. So we talked about grad pathway. The next one is a high school and beyond plan. It is a Washington state requirement that you have a high school and beyond plan. You will be working on that in your homeroom class. And even when I was in high school, I had to do a high school and beyond plan. It was super helpful for planning what I wanted to do for my life after high school. So you have to have a high school and beyond plan met on your transcript. Another thing that you have to have met on your transcript is, Washington State history. You would have taken Washington State history in middle school, and if you passed it, then it's already met on your transcript. If you did not pass it in middle school, you're going to work with your high school counselor about how to take this class to have it met on your transcript. Okay. The next one is high school credit requirement. So this is the one that we all think of. It's the big one, right? You have to have 26 credits in order to graduate high school, and they have to be in the right designated area. So you can't, for example, have 26 credits of PE and graduate. You have to have certain credits in certain areas. So let's talk about what are credits. So a credit is, each class has zero point 0.5 credit. So, for example, you take 14 classes a year, you have the ability to earn 7 credits a school year. And you're actually now earning credit for homeroom. So, you have the ability to earn 7.5 credits a year. You get 0.25 credit for your homeroom class. Okay. How do you earn credits? By passing your class. That is with a D or better. So, you have to earn a 60% to earn credit. Okay. 59% is an F, and you do not earn credit for the class. How many credits do you need? Once again, you need 26 credits in order to graduate in the correct areas. Okay, so let's talk about those credits. This is graduation requirements you can view on your Skyward. Only on your computer. You can't view this on your phone. You can also view this in your high school and beyond plan. Okay, so like I said, you can't have 26 credits at PE. You have to have credits in different areas. So for example, you have to have a full year of English 9, a full year of English 10. You have to pass algebra and geometry in a third math. here is a list of all the credits that you need in order to graduate. When you're viewing it in your graduation requirements on Skyward, you're going to have like what's in red, remaining, what's in progress, what you've completed. And you work with your counselor each year to make sure that you're in the right credits in order to be on track to graduating. Okay. So, for example, you do need different credits if your plan is to attend a 4-year college after high school. You still need the same 26, but you have to be in certain classes. I'm going to show you our course catalog. And in the course guide, it actually has sample 4-year course plans. Okay, so the one I'm going to show you first is a standard university plan. So if you plan on applying to any 4-year college after school, you have to make sure you're in certain areas. Okay, you have to have 2 years of a consecutive world language. You have to pass chemistry or physics. You have to pass algebra 2. These are all college entrance requirements. So here is a really good place to see what you should be taking if you plan on going to college. We also have sample plans if your plan is to go to community school or military or into the workforce. And then we also have sample course plans of classes that you should be taking if your plan is to apply to any competitive universities. So this is a great tool to use when planning for your courses. And in registration, when you register for your classes, there's a spot at the very top where you circle if your plan is to apply to a university. You work with your counselor during registration to make sure that you're signing up for the right classes for what your plan is after high school. Okay, so those are your graduation requirements: grad pathway, high school and beyond plan, Washington state history, and 26 credits in the correct areas. That is what you need to graduate high school.